Good morning, Helldivers. It is certainly a busy day because I have two videos to work on today, one being the announcement of Into the Just and what we can tell from it so far, as well as the Warbond that was just released today. So I'm going to do as I've done in the usual past, at least when it comes to Warbonds, and at least look at some of the finer details and say what may have not exactly been shown, or at least what I didn't get out, as well as the general cost for what is going to be for everything in this Warbond, so you know exactly what kind of grind is ahead of you. So in terms of what you need to spend for super credits, you only need the one 1500 super credit purchase of the Warbond. There was nothing added to the superstore, so there's no extra cost that comes from just getting something out of the superstore. And in case you're wondering why this one is more expensive, I'm assuming it's because it's another crossover Warbond. I've mentioned this in the past. I'm not sure exactly what the official term is, but I imagine getting these licensed IPs, visuals, and everything else like that into Helldivers, even though it was in total agreement with Microsoft, they still have to pay the taxes and pay the ferryman, and that, as I've put it before. Either way, getting into the Warbond itself. On the front page, we do have the assault rifle, as well as the standard ODST Helljumper armor, and a few skins, capes, and everything. So, on the front page, it is nifty that the assault rifle is the thing that has medium armor penetration. I would have maybe preferred it on the shotgun, because keep in mind, I knew there was going to be one, I didn't know which one. But at the same time, the assault rifle is looking absolutely awesome. There is no good way to say it. It just looks plain clean. And this time it's on the front page, so it's a quick unlock, only 35 medals. So if you've stocked up, you are likely to pick this one off right off the bat. Now, something I was pleasantly surprised by as well, the Helljumper armor is with the new passive, the Stealthish passive. It is also medium armor, which is perfect for me, because unfortunately, for those of you out there who might be light runners or heavy hitters, I am unfortunately a medium safers, which is just basically, I like being medium. A little bit of armor, a little bit of stamina, I can sit perfectly in the middle. As well as the helmet, altogether the armor set is 45 for the armor and 30 for the helmet, which would be 75 in total for the armor, plus a very awesome looking Helljumper's cape. Personally, I would have loved it if it was the straight up ODST logo. I know they have to do a little bit of tweaking, I think, so they're not straight copyright ripping for logos and everything else. They mentioned they needed to tweak some things, but you know, I could have wished this one was ODST as opposed to Helljumper. Keep it, you know, straight up honest. Then page 2 you get to after getting 135 medals down. The Recon armor, surprisingly as well, because considering I expected this to be fully light armor, is also medium armor. Another 55 medals for the armor, as well as 45 for the Recon, which is looking glorious in this light. Then we also have another cape, 25 medals, calling card 7. The ship Pelican Mean Green is 50 medals, with the SMG being another 50 medals. But this one's also nifty because it is one-handed. I wasn't sure if I saw that in the trailers anywhere, so I wasn't assuming it was. But you can run this with shields, energy shields, running while, you know, shooting. The usual variety of benefits you can for just having it one-handed. And just to double back and mention, the calling card was 2 medals and the cape was 8, and the other shader was, for the Hell Pod, was 20, in case I missed that out. But moving into the final page, 280 medals spent in total, so you will need to farm out some. You can't just knock this out all in one. We have, of course, the Exosuit green pattern, making it look like Mantis at 50 medals, the FRV at 55, but then we have the SOCOM pistol, another one-handed suppressed operation pistol, which this one is going to run you 75 medals, as well as the shotgun being at 65. Although the shotgun, I didn't notice this until the Into the Unjust trailer today. They did mess around with a little bit of things, like the breach. I'm sure as some of you remembered, the shotgun in Halo was a top loader and I think a top ejector, but I think they mentioned that the ejection port did have to be moved. So there is a few things that were made tweaks for Helldivers. So if you see anything a little bit different, just know it wasn't missed. It was tweaked for as they need it. Either way, then there is the title card of the rookie, as well as everything else. So with that all together, I'm going to do some math really quick. The first page is worth a total of 140 medals, meaning you'll have to get practically everything on the first page before moving on to the second. The second page is worth 232 medals in total, which in a similar state, well, actually at this point you'll have spent over 140, so you'll just probably need about another 140-ish to move on. But the last part needs 265 medals in total. So you'll pretty much need 3 full fills on medals to get through this entire legendary Warbond. So, get to grinding out there, soldiers. However, at the same time, we do have another Warbond just in about a week, actually, if I'm getting my dates right. So, we are going to be very, very busy for Helldivers. Either way, this has been everything with the Halo ODST Warbond. A bit of a brief one because, like I mentioned, I was just getting you the costs of everything. But on that note, my name is the Mad Scorpion, and a review of Into the Just, or at least what we can tell from it so far, is right on the heels of this video, so stay tuned. On that note, I will see you in the next video.